Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, pretty interesting topic. I'm talking about how deck building in Dragon Ball Super has forever changed thanks to all the new super combos we're getting in set 9. So basically, I'm going to go through all the new super combos, talk about the pros, cons, merits, why you might play them over other super combos. But guys, before we get into that video, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video. If you want to support the channel, lots of links down below for that. The Patreon, the Crossworld TCG merch store, all that good stuff. And finally, guys, we want to see you at the Daylimac Tournament of Power, where you can sport these new super combos in your decks. A lot of them are actually very, very strong. Again, we're going to talk about all the pros and cons to playing them. But guys, all the links will be down below to register and get ready for that. With that being said, we're getting right into this video. So off the bat, Bibidi, Primeval Conjurer. I'm pretty sure this is the first different type of super combo we saw in the set 9 reveals. So let's give it a quick read. Super combo, auto, if all your energy is black when you combo this card from your hand, this card gets plus 1000 power for the duration of the turn for each card in your drop area and warp. So a few things here. In terms of black super combos, we have a few options, I guess. I mean, we have a Sparking 5-1. We have a Overwhelm 5-1. So if you have 5 in your warp, it is live. We also have a 4-life one. We have 2 4-life ones. And now we have Bibidi. So black does already have a lot of diverse super combos that a lot of other colors don't have. Now, the pros and cons to each. Well, every single one except Bibidi draws you a card, which in a lot of black decks, you know, there's no real black deck that draws an insane amount of cards. I mean, if you think about Hatchiyack, you think about Toa, if you think about Demigra, they have pretty fair hand sizes. So at first glance, I would say losing your super combos that draw is a pretty big drawback because you already don't have such a huge hand size. You know, there are other decks out there in the format that aren't mono black that draw, like, you know, anywhere from 10 to 14 card hands on average in like the mid game. But then we come into an archetype like mono black Buu that at all times can only have 5 cards in the hand. So the thing with Buu is you can discard all your cards as fast as you want in Buu, and then at the end of the turn you will redraw that 5. So the thing with a draw super combo in Buu is, yeah, you might combo, you might draw a card and then defend for a 10k, but if you don't end your turn with 0 cards, you're not going to refill to 5. So for a reason like that, and the fact that you can fill the drop area so quickly, Bibidi seems pretty appealing in Buu. Now, if we look at it in terms of the other decks I mentioned, Toa, Hatch, Demigra, those other mono black decks, you do fill up the drop area and the warp very, very fast in all 3 of those strategies. So the thing with filling up the drop and the warp fast is you're going to get a huge super combo. So again, it's a base 3k power super combo that will gain plus 1000 for each card in your drop or warp if all your energy is black. So very, very quickly, like Demigra, you're milling 3 per turn. So you're adding an additional 9k or 3k power per turn. And then by, you know, turn 3, turn 4, you're adding a huge amount to the super combo, where if you look at other draw super combos a lot of the time, that draw 1 essentially counts as another 5k if your deck is mostly 5ks. But sometimes you can use a super combo and draw into a dead 10k or a dead extra card that you can't combo with. So for that reason, you can look at this Bibidi getting a huge combo power boost as a very big benefit. I honestly think that Buu will play 4 of this card, and I think for Toa, Demigra, and Hatchiyack, I think they'll experiment with like 2-2 splits at first, you know, 2 Bibidi and then 2 of your other super combo of choice. But I really think that Bibidi is very justifiable at playing 4 of it in any mono black deck. So I do think it's very, very strong, because by the end game, if you're attacking with a double strike or a triple strike and you drop 4 Bibidis on it, you're probably adding about 60,000 power just with super combos. That's pretty insane. Like, the draw you miss out on might be good, and if you get big enough combo power on this thing, you can defend out of basically almost any attack, which is really insane. So a lot of merit to playing that for sure. Nappa Demolition Man, super combo, energy exhaust. If your leader card is red or green at the end of a battle in which you combo with this card from your hand, play this card. So what's really important is you have to look at these super combos for what leaders they can use, not necessarily what colors they are. So your leader has to be red or green in order to use this card. It does matter that it's a red green. They're all multicolor super combos, so they are all technically 1 card arrivals. They all generally don't really care what life you're at to get their effect, which is really cool. But the other thing is, like, if the effect is beneficial in a certain strategy, let's say for example it was beneficial to use Nappa in a red-yellow deck, you can use Nappa, still play him to the board because your leader is red if it is red, and then you can still use him as the red part of the arrival cost. So it is more important to think about what leaders you can use these cards with rather than necessarily what colors they are. But in terms of Nappa, I think he actually matters the most what colors he is, because if your leader card's red or green at the end of a battle in which you combo this card from your hand, play this card. So the main benefit you get out of this guy is using him for a double arrival. You combo him, arrival something, he comes into play instead of going to the drop area. Then on your opponent's turn, you can combo him again and then arrival again. Likewise, even if you're not trying to go for like a double arrival play on your turn, your opponent's turn, he's a 10k combo twice. He basically says you have 8 super combos in your deck. Again, he doesn't draw, none of them draw, but you do get an additional 10k combo power. Now, you don't get it in the same battle, which kind of takes away from that a little bit, because like we talked about before, when you draw one off the super combo, you basically have the potential to draw into a 5k you can use or a 10k combo you can use. But going into the next turn, Nappa is another guaranteed live 10k super combo. So again, really strong, really beneficial. I think this is going to be a mainstay staple in things like Broly Surge, where on like turn 1 or turn 2, let's say your opponent's attacking you with a 15k crit on turn 2. Normally in Broly, you can combo any green or red 5k and draw a card off of it, and that'll get you out of any 10k attacker. But this will actually get you out of a 15k attacker, especially if it has crit or double strike, anything like that. This is going to be a really beneficial card in that strategy, because Broly will still draw you a card. So keeping that in mind, I think Nappa is very, very highly playable. Zamasu, Sacred Disbelief. Blue-yellow super combo. Auto, if your leader is blue or yellow, when you combo this card from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards and switch it to rest mode. This card is so stupid powerful, I can't even believe it. So you have to understand that being able to tap a leader or battle card means that this thing is going to be live all the time. So a lot of times when people play against yellow, they attack with battle cards first to play around Nimbus, because Flying Nimbus says when you negate the attack, you can then discard a yellow card, and your opponent can only attack with their leader card and one more battle card for that turn. So to get the maximum number of attacks, you're going to attack with battle cards first if you're playing around Nimbus. This card punishes the opponent for playing around Nimbus, because if they attack with the battle card first, then you don't negate, they combo, whatever. You super combo with this, you tap their leader down, and then they're missing out on card draw. So that's really, really insane. Like, again, you're not drawing off this card, but you're also preventing your opponent from drawing in those situations, which can be huge. Like, that can actually just be turn ending and tempo ending, because your opponent's not seeing any new cards for the duration of that turn. Likewise, if they attack with leader first, okay, they get their draws, but then you tap down a big threat. Let's say your opponent is playing Surge Goku, they've awakened, they've done their whole Heartfelt combo plea, but they swung with leader first. You combo this in the combo step, you tap down a Heartfelt plea. So for one card, you defended a leader attack, and you stop the triple strike threat. This card, immensely high value for blue-yellow decks. And even if you're playing, red-yellow, or if you're playing blue-green or blue-red, whatever the case is, if your leader is the appropriate color, just using this card, again, as the blue portion of the arrival if you want to, or just using it as a defensive option super combo, can be really high value. I think the big key thing with these super combos is going to be, they're going to be really, really strong in the right formats. Like in a wide board format, Zamasu is insane. In a leader-centric format where your opponent might attack with a battle card first and slip up, this super combo is insane. So keeping those things in mind when you're deck building, I think is going to be very, very important. Whis, Celestial Moderator. Super combo, red-yellow. If your leader card is red or yellow, when you combo this card from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. Okay, this card is insane. The immediate thing you compare this card with is Beerus No Holds Barred, because Beerus No Holds Barred, when you do arrival it for a red and a yellow, it KOs anything 30,000 or less. Whis the Moderator, minus 10,000 something, so that means you can KO something as big as 40k, which in this game, things that are big as 40k are typically super combos. So you can KO any of those things, which is a great pairing for this card. But again, the minus 10k is really strong. So I just talked about how Zamasu could be very, very good in wide formats. Celestial Moderator can be incredible in tall formats and even wide formats to a degree. So let's say we take Old School Storm, for example. Your opponent's attacking you with a ton of 10k weenies. They're just pinging you and pinging you for really small 15k attackers. Let's say you have a 10k leader. If you combo with this Whis Celestial Moderator, you will defend one of the 15k attackers, and you will minus 10 another one of those attackers, meaning it cannot get through to you for damage. So you're using one card to stop 2 attacks. That's always been a super high value play in Dragon Ball Super. So for that reason, this card's incredible. The -10 can also just, like, I don't know, if your opponent attacks something really small and combos all the way into it, for 1 card, you literally just KO it and you get rid of all that combo power. So for those reasons, this Whis is incredible. Android 18 Bionic Blitz blue-green super combo. If your leader card is blue or green, when you combo this card from your hand, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places it at the bottom of their deck. So this, I think, is the most splashable. This, I think, you will find oftentimes not in a blue-green deck, but maybe a mono-green deck or a green-yellow hand control deck that we're going to be seeing a lot of in set 9. This card is a hand control super combo. The only thing we've ever seen that was close to this was the Android 16 Stout-Hearted from, I think, set 3 or 4. That card requires you to have a green Android leader and requires you to be at 4 or less life. This requires none of those things, just requires that your leader is a certain color. And now we see a lot of hand control options coming around with green-yellow Cell, with mono-green Android 20. Android 13 is making a bit of a comeback, and this super combo is just exactly what those strategies want. So if you're ever playing a hand control strategy and you're already maintaining a decent hand advantage yourself, and if you're really doing a good job of picking at your opponent's hand, and you start comboing these into play, or these into the combo area, you're going to be just demolishing your opponent's hand. So this card is absolutely incredible at the super combo slot. Beerus Divine Obliterator, red-blue super combo. Auto if your leader card is red or blue and it's your opponent's turn. When you combo this card from your hand, choose one of your red or red-blue multicolor energy and switch it to active mode. So this one has the most specific effect, but it's actually incredibly powerful. And the thing with the new ban list coming out, I really thought this card was going to be absolutely awful because TN Shinhan Returning Fire was a card, but now that card's getting banned, this card sees a ton more playability. So obviously this is really restricted to its archetype, so you're probably only playing this in a red-blue deck that charges red-blue energy. But I mean, he essentially guarantees that you get your arrivals off. Like if you're playing Cooler, for example, and you want to drop the new Cooler arrival that -10s anything ignoring barrier, also a double striker, also makes your opponent mill 1. This is the exact super combo you're going to want to play. And now this is really a arrival-centric super combo. Now, when comparing to super combos that draw 1, we've talked about some comparisons already, but another thing you have to look at is if you play, let's just say, a red super combo that just draws 1, right? You play it, you combo it, you draw your card, but you're still going to have to combo a blue card in order to get that arrival going. So you're losing 2 cards there. You drew 1, but you lost 2, so you overall lost 1. This Beerus operates in the same way, but you're only losing 1 card. So the math turns out to be the same when you're looking at card advantage, and you also get the energy on tap to guarantee your arrival comes into play. So Beerus is going to be excellent in its archetype. Again, every single super combo we talked about so far has been pretty awesome, except I think for this one, Dr. Gero, Progenitor of Terror. This one I think we'll see the least play because it's kind of got a very niche ability. So quick read, green-yellow super combo. If your leader card is green or yellow, when you combo this card from your hand, choose it to 1 green or yellow battle card with energy cost of 4 or less from your deck, place in your drop area, then shuffle your deck. This card does have its uses. I mean, off the top, I've talked about it before, you can send 3-drop Cell from your deck to the drop area and then pick it back up with a Dr. Mew 2-drop rare from the draft box. You can also do cool things like sending Goku Saiyan Instincts to the drop area, then paying 2 and drawing 2. So in that case, the super combo did actually draw you cards, but you got to pay energy for it, so it gets weird. I mean, this thing is a combo enabler, but there aren't too many things in this game yet that benefit crazily from being used in the drop area. That being said, though, the Cell archetype itself, the new Android 18s, the new Android 17s, and the new Cell cards, they do benefit from being in the drop area, but you do have a leader in Cell that says look at top 5, add anything, and then discard anything. And that leader already has a slight issue with hand size. I'm not saying it's never going to have a hand, but a slight issue with hand size. So I can see the argument for wanting to play a draw super combo in that deck. Probably a split, actually, because androids are pretty searchable in that archetype. So maybe like 1 to 2 Dr. Gero, and then like the rest draw super combos. I think that can be pretty beneficial. But overall, guys, I mean, these super combos are going to change the game forever, and it's really exciting to see. Actually, one of my teammates, Jose, proposed a really cool idea. What if they just banned all the typical draw super combos, and now you got to play all these super combos? That's not like I don't think that really works in this game yet, at least with the number of super combos we have on the list here. But it's a neat idea. If all the super combos just did something else and didn't draw, the game would be pretty different. But the game's already going to be pretty different from these super combos. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Which one of these are you excited to use? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.